Welcome ladies and gentlemen. In this video I am going to show you one of my all-time favorite games. It is my own game. In this game, my opponent and I both castle opposite sides and it is all about who gets to who's king first. So no intro needed, see it for yourself. My opponent opens with knight c3 and I didn't have any idea about this opening. So whenever I don't have any idea, I simply play King's Indian Defense, which is usually this setup. My opponent is playing maybe Queen's Indian attack. I simply kept going with King's Indian Defense. And now at this point my opponent plays Queen's e2, which means that he is going to castle long side and I am going to castle short side. And it is all about who is going to first attack the king. His idea will be to march this way and my idea is to march this way, and I simply castle short side. And now my opponent plays h3. During the game I didn't realize what is the point of this move, but after the game I thought maybe he played this move because he wants to castle long side and he doesn't want me to play bishop g4 and have this skewer. So I simply played a5 directly even before he castles. I played this move, maybe he will not castle long side now, but he did castle long side. And now I thought I have to definitely attack his king, but how? I cannot push b5 because it can be taken in millions different ways and I do not have time for the c6 and then b5 and then a4. It will take 3 moves and by that time he can develop his pieces, he can start his own attack. So I simply played a4. He simply captures it back and now I have this open file. At this point I played bishop to d6 attacking this knight. Of course he would not let me capture it here. He takes his knight back and now I play c6. And now it is a good idea because of 2 reasons. First of all, I am preparing b5 with the idea of b4 and this pawn will be hanging. And secondly, my queen is also coming here, joining my rook and starting this attack. My opponent realized that this pawn will be hanging after I play these moves, so he plays king b1. So I simply played b5 with the idea of pushing here and then bringing my queen here and launching this attack. My opponent responds queen f3 and I didn't get the idea of this move. Maybe he wants to open up this bishop and maybe he is freeing up this square for the knight. I simply kept going with my plan, queen a5, and now my idea is to push here and then capture this pawn. My opponent plays knight e2. I simply pushed the pawn. I knew my opponent is going to play knight a4, but I have this c5. Now I will take this knight and this knight cannot go anywhere. This trade cannot be avoided now. If this square was free, this knight could jump back, but now it is not possible. But my opponent starts his own attack. Like, this is not at all dangerous for me. These pawns are still, this is on h3, this is on g4, and this is far from an attack. My army is already on the doorstep of his king and he launches his own attack. Bro, you do not have time for this. Think about your own defense. So I capture the knight. Now this is a real threat. He has to defend it. He brings his knight for the defense. But the problem is that this knight now is stopping this king from running away. So how to attack it now? Now I have to somehow further weaken this king. And to do it, I need to play these moves. But I cannot play this move right now because of this bishop. So I have to prepare for it. And this is when I develop my last piece as well, with the idea of playing here or here and then pushing. But my opponent plays an unexpected move. And after this, I thought maybe he wants to open up this file for some counterplay. So I realized if he opens up, I can also utilize this file. So I brought my rook to c8 and now he plays bishop c4, adding further defense to this weak square. Now I knew that he is going to bring it here. I simply attacked the bishop. If he goes here, I will fall back and then maybe I can trap this bishop. So he plays b3, bishop b3, and the queen comes back. Now this is a real threat, so he captures it. I capture it back. Now I want to get rid of this bishop because this way one defender of his king side will be removed. And here comes another unexpected move which I wasn't seeing. It is, I cannot of course capture here because of this pin. At first I thought, why is he giving up this rook for a knight? But then I realized that after the bishop captures, my rook is hanging and I cannot defend it because this bishop and this queen are both attacking f7. I have to first defend it with this move or with this move, and by that time he can simply capture my rook. I can show you this, and now this is attacked, and if I defend it like this, they can capture here. So to avoid the complications, I simply took the rook and I thought let's give him back the material, but he doesn't take here and he first captures bishop captures g7, which wasn't a threat right now. And now I have to decide which bishop to take. For me, this bishop is no threat, but this bishop is a threat. If I take for example here, again both of these threats are on the board. So I thought let's chop this bishop off and he takes back my knight. And at this point, pause the video and try to find a beautiful mating idea. I was thinking this is a checkmate, but because of this sniper, it is not possible. So I simply capture the bishop. But there was a beautiful move here which I missed, and it was knight c3 check, and this king doesn't have any square to move. It cannot come here because of mate in 1. And if he captures it back, then once I capture the bishop, again this is a forced checkmate. You cannot defend it. You cannot play this kind of move. It is a checkmate. You can free up this square, but after this check, this is still checkmate because this pawn is controlling these squares. There is no escape. I of course couldn't find this move during the game and I captured the bishop. After which this checkmate threat is again present and my opponent plays c4. Thanks to en passant, I take it back and now my opponent runs away, starts running. Here comes the first check and now the second check and now the third discovered check. I take his knight. And now I play queen c3. The idea is to bring this rook here, and then once these rooks are traded, then I can make another queen. My opponent is still running. Check. And now I make another queen. And this is the moment when my opponent thought this is over. This checkmate is coming and he finally resigned. But one thing that you might not have noticed during this game is this queen. This is the laziest queen of 21st century. This queen literally moved 2 squares during the whole game, like from d1 to e2 and then f3. This queen did not play in the whole game. Like, this is the first move and then this is the second move. After these 2 moves, there is no other queen move during the whole game. Like, there is a whole war going here and the queen is just out of the play. And this is how this queenside king's attack comes to an end.